Hi friends, welcome to Stamping Tips with Nancy. Thanks for joining me. Today I wanted to give you some tips and tricks as to how to use the rollers. So there are two types of rollers that you can generally use. One of them is a standard wheel, which would then use the standard handle, and the other is a jumbo wheel, which would then use a jumbo handle. Some other supplies that are helpful in using the handles would be the cartridge, and they come in a variety of different colors, and this one would then be for the jumbo handle. You oftentimes need to re-ink your cartridges, and so this is a re-inker for this particular color. This is certainly celery, one of the Stampin' Up! Colors. And then this is another great tool made by Stampin' Up! It's called a wheeled guide. And what you'll notice about it is that there are grooves along the top, and then there are marks on the side. And the purpose of these marks is to help you align your paper, your project, so that you can get straight lines. Another great thing is that there are little feet on the bottom so that it won't slide around, so that it can stay firmly and that you can then use it. And I'll show you how to use that in another video. The great thing about the wheeled guide is that it can be attached together and be used for a really long project. Maybe if you were rolling on a piece of tissue paper and wanted to keep your line straight, this would be a perfect tool. So it can extend to 24 inches, or you can use it as a 12-inch piece, or you can make it a T-bar, similar to what a Stamp-A-Majig would do. So I'm going to show you how to load the cartridge and the wheel of the jumbo cartridge, and it would be the same way to do it on a standard wheel. Now before I do that, I'm going to show you how to re-ink the cartridge. So each of the cartridges comes with a cover and also to keep the ink as fresh as you can, but there are still always times where you need to re-ink it. So what you do is you take your re-inker, and this is a Classic Ink re-inker from Stampin' Up!, and then what you do is you put some drops on the spongy part of the cartridge and then turn it, and a few more. So you get the idea. Now, after you've done this, and it's absorbing into the sponge of the cartridge, let me do one more. I'm going to show you how to now load this cartridge into your handle. Once again, this is the jumbo, but the techniques are then the same. So you'll notice that on the cartridge is a little lip, and you know that always then identifies the front. So what you do is you take your handle and you place the cartridge inside these grooves on the handle. You slide it in like this, and then you push it down with your thumb. Now remember that it has a cover, and so you can put the cover on to keep the ink from drying out at the moment, but mostly at this point I'm covering the cartridge so that I can insert my wheel. Now one tip that I want to give to you is that you have to think about what your wheel is about. This one is words, and so I'm going to have to be careful how I load this wheel into my handle, because I want the words to be right set up, and if I'm not careful and not paying attention, then I might have my words upside down. So just be careful what the image or words are on your roller so that you can get it in the right direction that you want. So with my cover on my cartridge, I put my wheel into the grooves of the handle, and I'm going to push down the cartridge with my thumb. Oops, that popped off there, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to push down the cartridge. Oh, I know what the problem is. Okay, so there are two positions. So this is the upright position of the cartridge. What I need to do is I need to push it down with my thumb and then lock it, and then slide the cover on. Okay, and then that way I can slide on push in my wheel. Okay, so I have my wheel in these two grooves on my handle, and then push firmly until I hear two pops, which show that it's then inside the handle. So now you see that there's a space between my wheel and my cartridge, and so what I do is I remove the cover from the cartridge, and then with my thumb I push up so that the cartridge now is pushing against the wheel. And then what I want to do next is to prime my wheel, and then so you get a piece of scratch paper. Okay, and this is what I was mentioning before. Because I have words on this particular roller, I want to make sure that it's in the right direction for when I start using it on my project. Now when it's a good, nice, consistent roll with ink across my whole image, then I know that my wheel is primed. Well, I hope that helps you, and hope that you can continue to watch the next video where I'll show you how to use the wheel on one of the projects for Valentine's Day. Hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.